welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into what is honestly one of the most unbelievable underdog stories in modern sports history. We're talking about a tale of absolute grit, literally decades of obscurity, and then, boom, a massive explosion onto the world's absolute biggest stage. Let's get right into it.
I mean, think about it. How exactly does a 40-year-old become a global superstar literally overnight? It sounds like a Hollywood movie script, right? But at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, this wasn't fiction. A journeyman goalkeeper named Josimar Jose Evora Diaz, who you probably know better as Vozinha, somehow managed to capture the attention of the entire globe. But just how massive was this explosion in popularity?
17 million. Seriously, this number brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale of what happened here. Just days after his World Cup debut, Vozinha's Instagram following skyrocketed from a really modest 53,000 to over 17 million followers. This digital earthquake was fueled by a united campaign from Brazilian broadcaster Cazé TV and Portuguese broadcaster Livmo TV. Originally, they just wanted to help him hit 1 million to celebrate his incredible play. But you know how the internet is. It completely took over, and a global phenomenon was born. So where did this newly minted superstar actually come from?
Section 1, Origins, and a unique name.
So, born in Mindelo in 1986, his very name comes with a fantastic backstory. His parents originally wanted to name him Valdano, after the famous Argentine footballer Jorge Valdano. But, get this, Cape Verdean authorities actually rejected the name. So, pivoting, they named him Josimar, honoring a Brazilian fullback who was playing in the 1986 World Cup that exact same year. As for that legendary name, Vozinha, it actually stems from an affectionate childhood nickname given to him by the grandparents who raised him. But here's the kicker. He didn't even use this nickname professionally at first. He played under the name Josimar until he moved to Angola for his club career. Once there, he realized another goalie on the team was already named Josimar. So, to avoid confusion, he adopted Vozinha. And, well, the rest is history. And talent clearly runs in the family, though they've definitely scattered across the globe. While Vozinha is out there guarding the net, his younger brother Delmiro also carved out a career as a professional footballer, playing in the Cypriot second division. Meanwhile, their other brother, Clyder, took a completely different route. He actually works as a mathematics teacher over in Brazil. Section 2. A globetrotting club career. You know, this globetrotting journey built some incredible resilience. Starting at his local club, Batuk, in 2007, he moved to Angola in 2012, and then all the way to Moldova in 2015. He played in Portugal's second division, spent 5 solid years in Cyprus, and even moved to Slovakia in 2022. It was just a cycle of relentlessly packing his bags time and time again to keep his dream alive. And look, while he wasn't exactly suiting up for massive clubs like Real Madrid or Manchester United, he was quietly putting up huge numbers and collecting hardware. He won a championship in Cape Verde. He was an absolute penalty-saving machine in Portugal, stopping 5 in a single season. Over in Cyprus, he became a total bedrock for IL Limassol, winning the Cypriot Cup and making 116 appearances. But then, in June 2026, just days before his 40th birthday, his contract with Portuguese side Chaves expired and he announced his exit, meaning he was essentially a free agent heading into the biggest summer of his entire life. Section 3. Anchoring the Blue Sharks. Internationally, Vozinha debuted for Cape Verde way back in 2012, helping stun Cameroon 2-0 to qualify the nation for its first-ever major tournament. He was the anchor during their miraculous run to the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations quarterfinals, and he remained their rock through the 2015, 2021, and 2023 AFCON tournaments, racking up a staggering 94 caps, which is the second highest in his nation's history. He was already a certified hero back at home. But the world was about to find out exactly who he was. Section 4. 2026 World Cup Magic. On the day of Cape Verde's historic, first-ever World Cup match, Vozinha stepped onto the pitch at 40 years and 12 days old. With that single step, he broke the record, set just 1 day earlier by Curaçao's Ilu Rum, for the oldest player to ever feature in a nation's very first World Cup match. He also became the 9th oldest player to ever feature in the tournament, period. Incredible. And wow, what a welcome to the World Cup they got. Cape Verde ranked 67th in the world, going up against an absolute titan of global football, Spain, ranked number 2. It was the ultimate David versus Goliath scenario. The entire world expected a Spanish masterclass, but instead, they got a Vozinha masterclass. The performance was simply breathtaking. Against that juggernaut Spanish side, Vozinha makes 7 brilliant saves to secure a 0-0 draw, winning the Superior Player of the Match award. Then, he follows it right up with another clean sheet in a goalless draw against Saudi Arabia, locking in Cape Verde's spot in the knockout stages. And in the round of 32, he faces defending champions Argentina. Though Cape Verde eventually falls 3-2 in extra time, Vozinha puts on an absolute clinic, racking up 8 saves against some of the greatest attackers on earth. This 40-year-old journeyman didn't just play well, he literally etched his name right next to football immortality. He became the third oldest goalkeeper to ever keep a World Cup clean sheet, joining the ultra-exclusive company of absolute legends like England's Peter Shilton and Italy's Dino Zoff. On top of that, his 8 saves against Argentina put him in second place for the most saves in a single World Cup match by a goalkeeper over 40 on record since 1966. Just unreal stats. Naturally, the media response was instant and completely overwhelming. Outlets across the globe were just in awe. NBC News wrote, "Argentina, Messi pushed to the brink by Cape Verde and its 40-year-old goalkeeper. Fans, pundits, and all 17 million of his new followers lauded him as a national hero and an absolute revelation." Which really leaves us with this final thought. Think about the sheer persistence required to play in the lower divisions of Moldova, Cyprus, and Slovakia, far, far away from the flashing lights of global superstardom for nearly 2 decades. To finally get your shot at age 40, as a free agent no less, and to just stare down Spain and Argentina on the world's biggest stage, after grinding in obscurity for 20 years, is Vozinha's World Cup magic the greatest late career breakout in sports history? It's definitely up there. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep feeding your curiosity, and I'll catch you next time.